Please join with me in welcoming Reynold Jennings.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you so much, Dean Williams. And to Dean Williams, esteemed faculty, family, friends, and graduates, it was a real honor when I was asked to come back to my alma mater and speak to you. Now, they only gave me 10 minutes to cram 47 years in, but I know you've got other things to attend to. So I tried to pick 5 life lessons that I've observed throughout my 47 years of senior management work, and hope some of those will speak to you both today and in your future years to come. Lesson number 1 is know what makes you special. There are 7 billion people on this planet, and every single one of you can do something better than somebody else can do. Do not let anybody rack your confidence. Do not let anybody tell you what you can't do. You can do it. And the fact that each of you have that unique skill is why we need each other in this world. That's why we're interconnected on a local, state, national, and global basis. So understand what those skills are that you can do better than anybody else, but don't shy away from the ones that you need to improve upon. I read a management book when I was in my 20s that said to be successful, you've still got to improve those things that go with your chosen career path, and so spend time to do that. In this same arena, I want to talk a little bit about failure. The one thing I see in young people is the fear to move out and do something for fear of failure. Well, I went to the South Campus, the pharmacy school, and over there, we call failure, success the scientific principle. So if you'll just take my pharmacy side of that, and that is you only fail when you quit in life. As long as you're trying, as long as you're learning, and you do that ultimate success, the failures are just part of getting there throughout life. And I want to quote William Ernest Henley's one-liner from Invictus, which is, "It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul." Lesson number 2 is to become a master at anything, it takes a minimum of 10 years. Earning a degree at the undergraduate, graduate, or PhD level is only a starting point. Throughout the history of the human race, it's been a 3-step process: apprentice, journeyman, and then master. And it has been scientifically proven that if you have the skills to be the best at what you ever do, if you want to be Freddie Freeman with the Atlanta Braves, Tiger Woods or Jordan Spieth in golf, Taylor Swift or Adele in music, or a dean like Dean Philip Williams up here, it's a minimum of 10 years after you receive your degree of applied science learning and doing the things that you need to do to progress. So it's a journey. It's not a one-time event that you have to be concentrated on. So the lesson for the second lesson here, the bottom line is there are no shortcuts to success at the highest level. Have a master plan and work on that plan constantly. And one of the quotes I like in this question with World War II George Patton was, "An average plan aggressively executed is better than a perfect plan never executed." Lesson 3 is understanding Pareto's principle. Wilfredo Pareto was an Italian engineer who lived between 1848 and 1923, and he made many contributions to his fields of study, which were engineering, sociology, and economist. The one that Pareto devised that I use every day of my life is the Pareto principle, or the 20-80 rule. 20 of all the good things you do creates 80% of the good results. 20% of the bad things you do creates 80% of all the bad results. And too many people spend 80% of their time doing things that have no impact into the progress in their career or in helping mankind. So I want to challenge all of you graduates today not to be average, because if you're average, you will fall under Pareto principle, which means 20% of you will turn out being leaders and superstars, and the other 80% will be average. But we all have the same ability to be above average if we just decide to apply ourselves and understand in all those life decisions and those studies that we need to do, spend your time on the ones that's going to make a positive impact. And I'd like to quote Albert Einstein, which is, "Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result." Lesson 4, you must be committed to lifelong learning. You've chosen a field of study that's involved with health sciences. Over the past 20 years, the body of knowledge in health sciences has been doubling every 7 years. And so therefore, if you're not a lifelong student, if you stand still, you will go backwards. So from this point on, you have to be a student the rest of your life, not only in your chosen profession, but in your personal life also. So the bottom line here is love being a student, be committed to it, and my quote here is the United Negro College Fund slogan, "A mind is a terrible thing to waste." Lesson 5, and if you don't pay attention to anything else I've told you so far, pay attention to lesson 5. Every one of you have at least 20 friends, and I'm not talking about the hundreds on Facebook, forget all that stuff, but 20 good close friends that you counsel with and talk to. But pretty much all of our casual friends are done casually, either a college roommate, a high school friend, a house of worship, a social club, and things along that particular line. In the 1990s, I read an article that said that every government, every institution, every place of authority is controlled and influenced by less than 200 people. So during the 1990s, I was traveling all over the United States, so I had this tremendous applied science opportunity to see if that was really true. And after 2 years of watching who were the leaders in every facet of everything I dealt with, this principle was correct. It's 200 people or less. So you should keep your 20 good friends or casual friends. And I'm not telling you to do away with that, but what I am telling you is whatever your chosen career field is in, if you strategically pick 20 friends who have knowledge and information and can support you in that, and they each have 20 friends, that's 400 people that you have a sphere of influence on and under. And so once I learned that in the 1990s, in just 6 years, it catapulted me from being a regional manager to a national manager and being a greater success in a lot of the things that I was trying to work on for humanity and for mankind. In closing, let me tell you how excited I am that you students selected public health as a career option. There are numerous contemporary books on being successful, and there's the ancient Greek philosophers such as Aristotle, Socrates, and Plato, and many well-revered historical leaders. And all of them say to get started in life, you must unselfishly give of yourself to your friends, your family, and global citizens. And the mere fact that you chose public health means you got principle number 1 right in your life as you're starting out. As our global world grows from 7 billion to 9 billion people between this year 2016 and the year 2040, and after the basics of food, shelter, and clothing are addressed as best they can, public health, in my opinion, will become the most important issue in every country on this planet going forward for the next 30 years. And public health offers so many areas of study and focus. There's informatics, biostatistics, epidemiology, health policy, health promotion, social and behavioral improvements, maternal child health, and on and on. Your contribution to society, your ability to have a self-sustaining career, your ability to have your entire family engaged in your career, and your ability to sleep at peace with yourself at night are all afforded by various opportunities in public health. Your interests may change over time, just like mine did, but you've got the avenues to move within public health to things that will hold your attention and things where you can make a contribution. I'm a member of Rotary International, and Rotary has 34,282 clubs worldwide, 1.2 million members, and we are in 200 countries. Over the last several years, we helped raise $1.5 billion to eradicate polio, and as all you should know by now, we're down to about 400 cases worldwide. So I encourage you also, in whatever walk of life you go into, is to find a club in your civic club in your community where you can contribute on a local, state, and national basis, and you'll get a lot of meaning and benefit out of that. In closing, let me encourage you to take time today to thank your parents and friends for their support in your education, and especially your professors for their dedication in preparing you for the future. Thank you for your time and attention, and may you have a great graduation day, successful careers, happy families, and good friends. Thank you.
Our student speaker today, Quintanya Chapman, is the youngest of 5 children. She was born in Germany. Her father was in the U.S. Army, and she had the opportunity to live throughout the U.S., and she graduated from Hinesville High School. She was a star athlete there, where she was a 3-sport star in volleyball, basketball, and track and field. She graduated high school with honors and came to UGA on a track and field scholarship. She's had a very successful career at UGA within both the academic and athletic setting. She has participated in countless organizations on campus and been a member of several UGA student groups, including serving as one of our own College of Public Health ambassadors. Her athletic accomplishments in track and field include earning both indoor and outdoor NCAA All-American recognition. In fact, she's currently training for the U.S. Olympics, where she hopes, yes. She'll be competing in July at the Olympic trials and hopes to be part of the Olympic team in Brazil. After graduating with a BS in health promotion and hopefully the Olympics, she's looking forward to a career in a corporate wellness program or spending time traveling addressing global health concerns. Please welcome Quintanya Chapman.
All right, good afternoon, faculty, family, and friends. I would like to thank you all for attending the University of Georgia College of Public Health convocation ceremony. As I pondered how this speech would go, I struggled to sift through the memories and the lessons that the University of Georgia and the College of Public Health have given me. Between us, there have been so many laughs between the hedges, nights in front of the computer, and unplanned but honest moments of connection. With that being said, I think I can narrow down these years to a story my aunt told me about the redwood trees. So I will share with you the power of partnering. The redwood is the largest tree in the world, and it can grow as tall as 20 stories, around 200 or 300 feet tall. But their height is not what makes them special. It is their roots. You would think that a tree so high would have roots that would run miles deep. However, the roots of the redwood tree are only about 3 or 4 feet deep, and because the redwood's root system is so shallow, it spreads its roots out and connects with the roots of other redwood trees. They intertwine their root system with the roots of the tree next to it. This fortifies their base, and in times of storms, they hold on to each other. When one falls, the other holds it up. Even when the oldest redwoods die, they do not fall because the trees on either side of them simply do not let go. And so to my fellow 2016 graduates, thank you for being my redwoods. Thank you for your selfless spirits that I trust will continue to guide you in this profession where the well-being of our communities, patients, and future research depend on it. We have shared so many Google Docs and shared so many adventures that I know selflessness is abundant among us. We have connected our roots to each other with our laughs and life hacks, and I'm confident I could not have gotten through with it without you. And I personally thank you for all the mnemonic devices to get through Cotton's exams. It mattered not the situation. We would not let each other fail without first trying to hold each other up. We were hardly redwoods when we took our first steps on campus. We were too busy eating everything in Joe Frank Harris and getting lost on the bus again. We joined any organization that promised free food or a free t-shirt. And while some or all of those things may still be true, we have managed to connect with each other in such a meaningful way. In the time between our first steps on campus and our last, we have grown both up and together. And that has been the power of this class. We each have our own passions and plans that we will follow upon graduation, but I believe we are capable of continuing that support into the future. Our camaraderie can grow with us as our roots will always share a connection. Sitting next to you today is the future of healthcare. We are future health promoters, doctors, physical therapists, nurses, epidemiologists, environmental health specialists, and biostatisticians. We will not become any of those things by ourselves. We will grow tall and successful, that much is certain, but we will survive the storms and the test of time by supporting our peers and allowing ourselves to be supported. As scared and unprepared for the real world you may feel, the University of Georgia and the College of Public Health has instilled in us the skills and the knowledge to succeed in the real world. Whatever picture of success you bear in mind for your future, I hope to leave you with this reminder. You are capable of accomplishing anything you put your heart to, and always remember that great people do things long before they are ready. Thank you.